Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. In this video I'm going to show you a neat little trick about relics and dungeons in Warcraft Rumble. As you probably have found out by now, getting good relics is an important part of pushing up in the dungeons. The difference between having, for example, lifesteal on your fire elemental or just having pretty much nothing useful at all is immense and can really help you push up multiple levels. But what can you do with your relics? The basic rules of changing relics is that you can't really do much about them. The relics reroll every day at midnight, so when your daily quest reset, your relics are going to reset. So then you can check up next day, okay, do I have a better set of relics now? And then whenever you complete a dungeon, so you go to the next difficulty level, then that leader's dungeon, the next difficulty level is going to have new relics again. But other than that, there is actually something that you can do. And that's this neat little trick. For example, I had a lot of surrendering here going on, so I grabbed screenshots to show you better. I was offered Shadow Blade. Your stealth minis deal 5 times damage when attacking from stealth. But Shadow Blade requires that you have a stealth mini in your deck. What if I have no stealth minis? So I took out the Defias Bandits and I changed the talent that I had on Prowler, because the talent was the one that was giving Prowler stealth. Without the talent, Prowler has no stealth. And lo and behold, I was offered Light Feather instead. Your flying minis evade the first attack against them. But not only that, also note the other 2 relics changed. So when there was one conditional relic and I removed all the minis that could get that relic, it changed my entire set of relics. It gave me a chance to get some better ones. I kept experimenting with this, and I was also able to get this combination, where the other 2 relics are the same when I had no stealth minions, but I have Shadow Blade with a different stealth mini. And I was also able to get this combination, where I still have Harpies in the deck, and I have a different stealth mini, but I have the other 2 relics are the original offering. So changing your minis around can have some major effects in the relics that you're offered. And the best part, then, well, I was offered these stealth relics and flying relics. I removed all stealth minis and all flying minis from my deck, and then I got lifesteal. Free win. Just wonderful times, wonderful times. So changing the traits that are in your deck can change the relics that you are going to be offered. For the most part, this works when you're offered relics that require a specific trait, like that flying relic or the stealth relic, and just removing flying and stealth minis, and then I'm going to get offered something else. But I also noticed that even when you're offered purely generic relics, for example this set, these 3 relics are all generic, none of them require any specific traits on your minis, but I realized that when I add some traits that I didn't have in my army before, like here I added Fire Elemental, which has the Elemental trait. I didn't have a single Elemental trait mini in my army, and I was offered a different set of relics. And then I changed that Fire Elemental, I tried Pyromancer and I tried Safe Pilot, and indeed whenever I had any mini that had the Elemental trait, I was offered a different set of relics than when I had no Elemental trait in my army. I wasn't able to get other than these 2 combinations out of that set though, so you can't always change your relics a whole lot. No matter what I tried to take all the squads away and the flyings away, and so just multiple different types of things, but I was only able to get these 2 sets when all of what I was offered was already generic. But when some of the stuff that I was offered already at the start required specific traits, then I was able to play around with the team a lot more and have much bigger effect on the relics that I'm offered. So sometimes some of the relics are so incredibly powerful that it makes sense to try to play around with your team a little bit if you're offered poor relics. Maybe you don't then go into the dungeon with the absolute optimal team, but if you have a super powerful relic, that might be able to more than make up for it. And that's the trick. That's how you can play around with your relics and change your relics even in the middle of the day. Thank you for watching. Click like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and a special thanks to all of my Patreon supporters, YouTube members and Twitch subscribers who make all of these videos possible.